rage, stay in your lane, turn the page, but something woke up deep inside, a stronger voice, a wilder ride. I've paid my dues, I know my worth, I've fallen down, I've had rebirth. Now I'm standing in my truth, not chasing time, I'm choosing me. I've got wisdom in my bones, fire in my soul. This isn't the ending, this is the moment I take control. Life gets better after 40, clearer vision, brighter glow. I'm not fading, I'm ascending. This is the best I've ever known. Stronger, bolder, unapologetic. I'm just getting started, don't you see? 40's forward, this is my time. The future's finally looking like me.
Why weight loss stops working after 40 and what actually works instead. Welcome to 40s Forward, the podcast where we don't age quietly, we age boldly. I'm Dr. Betsy Greenleaf, and this is where we talk honestly about health, hormones, metabolism, and performance in life, at work, and in the bedroom. Today, we're tackling one of the most frustrating, emotionally, and misunderstood issues after 40, weight gain and weight loss resistance. But Dr. Betsy, didn't you recently have an episode on this? You know what? Yes. And here is the point. This is a topic that comes up time and time and time again. So we need to cover it from different angles. So we're going to cover it from a different angle today. So stay tuned, because if you're eating less and exercising more and doing all the right things and your body is responding by doing absolutely nothing, this episode is for you. Because this is not a willpower problem and it's not a discipline problem. It's biology. So let's move 40s forward, because you're not going downhill. We're leveling up. Why is my body ignoring me? I hear this almost every day. I don't eat that much. I work out harder than I ever have. I'm doing more than I did in my 30s and I'm gaining weight. And here's the quiet thought most people don't say out loud. Is my body broken? No, but it is different. And the strategies that worked in your 20s and 30s often backfire after 40. So what is changing after 40? Well, after 40, several things are happening, and they're happening all at the same time. We have hormonal shifts, muscle mass decline, insulin sensitivity changes, stress hormones are rising, sleep quality worsens, recovery slows. Weight is no longer about calories. It's about hormones, muscle, stress, metabolism, nervous system safety. And if you ignore those, the scale is going to fight back. So why eating less and moving more fails? First of all, this advice is not just outdated, it's harmful after 40. Because undereating, when you are chronically undereating, your body perceives this as a threat. It will hold on to all its reserves. So your body doesn't know the difference between you're purposely calorie restricting versus there is this worldwide famine and there's no food out there. So what your body is going to do is it's going to slow the metabolism. It's going to hold on to everything it needs to hold on to survive. Your thyroid output is going to decrease. Your cortisol is going to rise. Fat storage increases, especially more so in women. And then your body says, we're not safe. Store energy, store everything. And then over exercise, too much cardio plus not enough recovery, that will raise your cortisol, your stress hormone. It will break down muscle. It worsens insulin resistance. It increases inflammation. You burn calories and you lose metabolic tissue, which means weight loss becomes harder, not easier. Now, let's talk about muscle. Muscle is the metabolic secret no one ever talks about. Muscle is not just for aesthetics. Muscle is a glucose sink, a metabolic engine, a hormone regulator, a longevity tissue. And after 40, we lose muscle unless we actively preserve it. So less muscle equals lower resting metabolism. You can't diet your way to a faster metabolism. You must build and protect your muscle. Hormones and weight loss resistance. So let's talk about hormones because this is where people get stuck. Estrogen. Fluctuating or low estrogen. This can increase your visceral fat. That's the fat that's found around your organs. It can worsen insulin sensitivity, which affects how our body deals with sugars. It alters fat distribution. This is why many people say, I'm gaining weight in places I never did before. Progesterone. Low progesterone increases anxiety, poor sleep, fluid retention, cortisol dominance. Remember, more of that stress hormone, which is going to make you hold on to things, all of which sabotages fat loss. Now, testosterone. Testosterone supports muscle building, fat oxidation, so the breaking down of fat, motivation. And so low testosterone equals harder fat loss and muscle loss. Your thyroid. Suboptimal thyroid function will also slow your metabolism. It increases cold intolerance. It causes fatigue. It makes weight loss nearly impossible. And many people are told your thyroid is normal, but normal does not mean optimal. Cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone. So chronic stress tells your body, hold on to fat, especially around the abdomen, because it needs to protect its resources. So it will hold on to everything that it can. Weight loss medications, the real conversation. So now let's talk about the elephant in the room. GLP-1 medications. These are your semaglutide, your tirzepatide, your retatrutide. These medications have changed the conversation, and that's not all bad. But how do they work? Well, these medications can reduce appetite. They slow gastric emptying. So they're slowing the emptying of the stomach so they make you feel full longer. They also slow down bowel function. They improve insulin sensitivity. They lower food noise. So in some people, they don't realize that there is this quiet or not so quiet voice in their head that's making them search food or have food cravings. And when we get rid of that from the brain, we have lower food noise. Insulin enough. This is actually something that when I tried these medicines, I didn't realize I had food noise until I took the medicines and I went, wait a minute, I'm not thinking about eating anymore. So it was a very interesting side effect. So they can all be very helpful tools in the right person. So these medications can be very helpful. But what they don't do is they don't build muscle. In fact, when people are on these medications, they often lose muscle. So it's very important if you're on a GLP medication that you're doing something to support muscle. And that means strength training, resistance training, potentially testosterone support, and getting enough protein. These medications also don't fix your hormones. They don't improve metabolic resilience long term. They don't replace lifestyle medicine. And so the other thing is without muscle protection, weight loss on these medications can also include muscle loss. So this is another reason why sometimes when people stop these medicines, they've affected their metabolism by losing muscle, and now they end up putting the weight back on and then some. So this all leads to lower metabolism, weight regain, worsening of body composition. And then there's a lot of talk now about retatrutide. Now, retatrutide isn't officially on the market yet. It's still being researched, but however, there are places that people are getting them. It is what's called a triple agonist medication. It is a peptide. Early data does suggest that it has greater metabolic impact and possibly less muscle loss. But here's the key. There's no approved retatrutide on the market at the time of this recording. All the retatrutide that is out there is coming from compounding pharmacies, and we just don't have long-term data on this. And then in general, we need to look at these medications as they're not the magic pill. Number one, we did not put the weight on overnight. Taking these medications is not going to make the weight come off overnight. These medications are tools, not cures, and tools need to be used properly in a body that's prepared to use the tools. So, plateaus, these can be so frustrating and why they happen. So, weight loss plateaus are not failure, they're an adaptation. So, the body always wants to adapt and come into something called homeostasis, this even balance. And so, your body is adapting to lower calories. So, when you start eating less, your body's going to adapt to it. It's going to adapt to repetitive exercise. It's going to adapt to chronic stress. And so when progress stalls, the answer is often more recovery, more protein, more strength training, different exercises, better sleep, less punishment, and not more restriction. So during plateaus, we need to be nourishing the body, giving it that sleep, hydration. And the other thing I tell to both practitioners and patients is if you've hit a plateau, the body will not let go of weight unless it's safe. And safety means no stress, whether that's emotional or physical stress, and no inflammation. So if you've hit a plateau or have difficulty losing weight, really take a deep dive into looking at where are the inflammatory sources, where are the stress sources, and ridding those. So this question also comes up to me about peptides and muscle. So we'll be going deeper in a later episode on peptides. So this is just a teaser because we are definitely going to get into it deeper in future episodes. But certain peptides, now first of all, let's take a step back. The GLPs are all peptides. And now let's take a further step back. What is a peptide? Well, amino acids are compounds that build proteins. So you put a couple of amino acids together and you put enough of them together to make a protein. A peptide is an intermediate between an amino acid and a protein. So they're just less amino acids put together and they act as signals on the receptors of the body. But what certain peptides are being studied for? They're being studied for muscle preservation, recovery, metabolic health. Once again, these are not going to be the magic pills. They are adjuncts, not replacements. They're going to be another tool, and they must be used responsibly and medically guided. So it's not going to be that you can sit on a couch eating Twinkies and take your GLP-1s and peptides and expect to come off looking all buff and lose weight. So these tools have to be used in a body that's optimized for them. But muscle protection in the future is the future of weight loss after 40. So what actually works after 40? So we're going to simplify this. Sustainable weight loss after 40 requires strength training or resistant training, anything that's going to build muscle, adequate protein, enough calories for your body to feel safe, hormone balance, stress regulation, sleep optimization, and proper hydration. This is precision medicine, not punishment. So here we go. Weight gain after 40 is not a character flaw. Weight loss resistance is not laziness. Your body is trying to protect you, not sabotage you. So once you understand the rules, the game changes. So if you're struggling with weight loss resistance, plateaus, or confusion around medications, this is exactly what we evaluate at the International Pause Institute. We look at hormones, we look at the microbiome, we look at muscle, metabolism, stress, lifestyle, because weight loss after 40 requires strategy, not suffering. So visit us at the Pause Institute, PAUSE Institute.com to learn more. But in closing, your body is not broken. It's adapting. And when you work with your biology instead of against it, everything changes. Thank you for listening to this segment of 40s Forward. Stay strong, stay curious, and always remember, we're not going downhill, we're leveling up. Make sure you like, follow, share, talk about this with your friends, and come back for more with Dr. Betsy Greenleaf and 40s Forward.
Hey, Dr. Betsy, you keep saying we need quality protein products and good vitamins. But where do we actually get them? That's a great question. And I'm really glad you asked, because where you buy supplements matters just as much as what you buy. Let me start by saying this clearly. I always recommend skipping the Amazon cart when it comes to supplements. Amazon is convenient, but it is not regulated like a pharmacy. It is very well known in the medical and supplement world that counterfeit products exist on Amazon, especially for popular brands. That includes products that are expired, improperly stored, diluted, or not what the label says they are. As a physician, I cannot confidently recommend supplements when I don't know if what you're receiving is authentic, stable, or safe. Your health is too important for that gamble. This is why I recommend medical-grade supplements whenever possible. Medical grade does not mean magical or trendy. It means the company is held to higher manufacturing standards. Products are third-party tested, ingredients match the label, and dosages are clinically meaningful. Storage and handling are controlled. One of the best places to access medical-grade supplements is FullScript. I recommend FullScript because it's a trusted practitioner platform that carries professional quality brands, and it ships directly to you. You can access it through my link, us.fullscript.com/welcome/IPI. You'll also receive 10% off every order. And I want to be very transparent here. I am not paid by these supplement companies. These recommendations are my true professional opinions based on safety, quality, and clinical experience. When it comes to collagen, my personal favorite is the plain collagen from Vital Proteins. Collagen is not a complete protein, but it's fantastic for skin, hair, nails, joints, and gut lining support. I like the plain version because it's easy to add to smoothies, shakes, or even coffee without altering the flavor. Just remember, collagen should complement your protein intake, not replace it. For whey protein, my go-to is Now brand whey protein. It's widely available, affordable, and has good quality control for a commercially accessible product. If you're looking for ready-to-drink options, Core Elite by Fairlife is a solid choice with high protein content and good taste. If you cannot tolerate whey or prefer a non-dairy option, OWYN is a good plant-based alternative. Now, this part is really important. Let me tell you what to look for when choosing a protein product. First, protein content per serving. Aim for 20-30 grams. Second, complete amino acid profile, particularly leucine, which is critical for muscle maintenance. Third, minimal ingredients. Fourth, digestibility. And fifth, quality sourcing and testing. Look for brands that are transparent. From a medical standpoint, adequate protein intake after 40 is essential for maintaining muscle mass, supporting metabolism, and supporting immune function. So if you've been wondering where to actually get quality protein and supplements, now you know. Skip the questionable sources. Choose quality. Use tools that support your body, not confuse it. And remember, supplements should support good nutrition and lifestyle, not replace them. Your body deserves ingredients it can trust.
Life gets better after 40, clearer, vision brighter glow. I'm not fading, I'm ascending. This is the best I've ever known. Stronger, bolder, unapologetic. I'm just getting started, don't you see? 40s forward, this is my time. The future's finally looking like me. We got wisdom, we got fire, we got nothing left to prove. This is power, this is freedom, this is living fully you. Life gets better after 40, this is where I rise and shine. 40